would so proudly wail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome to the Bluegrass Xfinity series. You're live on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube. Make sure to hit that like and follow button on the Facebook side of things, and make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We're at Darlington, and you know what? It's 100 and... let's see here. How many laps? 58 laps. A stage break at lap 60. It's going to be a long show, folks. It's going to be fun. Let's see here. Atop the charts, James Silvers, Adam Lancaster, Keith Hackney, Radburn Shutters, Blake Hensley, Jim Alt, Michael Robinson, Kyle Mays, Jason Arison, Todd Mays, and Alex Penn. Your top 11. Then you got Jordan Slater, Scott Fritz, Tony Iverson, Sean Kostritza, Justin Ray. Rounds out the drivers in the chase as we're fixing to go qualifying here tonight. Oh, I forgot. It's BJ. BJ's back. Hi, BJ.
Hi, Steve. Yes, I am back. Short hiatus. My apologies again. But qualifying underway now. 20 drivers in for tonight. 16 aiming for the highest spot on the charts, trying to work their way on up in the playoffs. First on track, we got the 46 out of Fond du Lac, Wyoming. It's Sean Kostritza out on track right now. And the lady in black, track too tough to tame. Steve, we're always in for a good one when we're here.
Well, it's also throwback, and there's the 38 of Justin Ray from Georgia, and Tony Iverson in the 72 machine. Well, his car looks the same, so he didn't throw it too far back. Matt Grenier in that number 15. And Jim Ott in the 1. He won the season opener at Pocono from Jackson, Michigan. As these drivers are out on the track, I believe only 20 drivers showed up tonight. Matt Grenier goes top charts with a 30.05. Sean Kostritza in second. Jim Ott goes to the top of the charts with a 30.03. 30.03. Justin Ray goes fourth quick. There's Tony Iverson. Let's see what his lap will do. He will time in third quick. Tony Iverson, third quick on the board. So it's Jim Ott, Matt Grenier, Tony Iverson, Sean Stritza, and Justin Ray rounds out your top 5. Number 17 from Mooresville, North Carolina is Adam Lancaster. Adam Lancaster in at number 17. Has a handful of wins here this season. Along with the number 74, 1 win on the season. The Menards 74 is Jason Arison.
A little confused on my end. I'm showing a 29.7 for quick time, but you see it on the tower, 30.03 for Jim Ott. Looking at it from mine, he's the first driver to break under the 30-second mark. Going quick time, only 5 drivers with times in right now. Jason Arison, Carlton, Michigan. In that 74 on track, he's going to time it in 4th quick with 30.08.
Well, you know, when Adam Lancaster goes top of the charts, it actually corrects Jim Alt's time there. Arison in that 4th spot. But right now, Adam Lancaster, your provisional pole sitter. Also on the racing surface from Waynesville, North Carolina, the 33 of James Silvers. James Silvers in the 33. Also out on the racing surface, he has many poles this season. Radbird Shutters, that's James Silver's teammate, out here tonight.
Another driver's on track again.
It's Wisconsin, BJ.
Did I say Wyoming again? You got me started on the beginning of the season. I got stuck on it.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
It is Wisconsin. You are correct. And keep doing that. James Silver's going to go top of the charts now with a 29.9.
Next on the racing surface is from Littertown. It's Scott Fritz. He makes contact with an outside wall that's going to shut him down in this time lap. Still coming to make a lap at number 3. Radburn Shutters, and he goes to 2nd quick. So James Silver stopped chart with a 29.89 and his teammate right underneath him. Rolling off on the racing surface, next level racing car number 69. It's Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney in number 69.
Rainbow Warriors throwback. Actually, I don't know if that is the Rainbow Warrior. I'm going to Google this.
It's his version of the Rainbow Warrior.
All right, I'll accept that. The Rainbow Warrior was actually before my time, so that's the first thing I thought about all that.
But
I'm
Scott,
Googling it.
There's Scott Fritz right there in that 0-1. Back onto the racing surface. Also making his way onto the racing surface. Car number 18 from Riverside, California. Michael Robinson. Brad Giphart in that 44 from Jacksonville, Illinois. Brad Giphart in a J&J Gaming. Also the 31. That's Blake Hensley from Monroe, Kentucky.
It's not the Rainbow Warrior. I actually remember the Rainbow Warrior now that I look it up.
So your top 5 look like this. James Silvers, Radburn Shutters, Adam Lancaster, Jim Alt, and Matt Grenier round out your top 5 here in qualifying. Also making his way out to the race surface to 55, the Bobcat, Kyle Mays from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Also on the racing surface, the number 42, that's Saudi Daisy. It's Todd Mays.
Never heard of it.
Well, Blake Hensley cracks the top 5. Matt Grenier drops out top 5 in that 6th position.
Well, we watched Todd Mays drivers yet to time, and we got Kyle Mays, Todd Mays, Tyler Evans, Alex Penn, Greg Carr, Brad Gebhardt. Kyle Mays, Todd Mays, and Brad Gebhardt out on track right now. Todd Mays, as he hits stripe, he'll go 14th quick. His first time lap. Kyle Mays rolling out of turn number 4, I believe that was. Okay, so he actually did not get a timing on his first lap. It looks like right there he might have grazed the wall, which will discount his second lap as well. So Kyle Mays will not get a time in here. He rolls across the stripe. Oh, it did count. I swear that number 55 touched the wall. That had to be one of the closest calls to that outside wall. But there's, you see Tyler Evans out of Winsville, North Carolina. So he rolls out of turn number 4. He'll be taking a green flag right here for his first time lap.
As you see him in this picture, he's looking to take a stomp on the field tonight. In that number 77. Brad Gephardt still out there rolling around on his J&J Gaming. Number 44. James Silverstone, top of charts. Radbird Shutters. Adam Lancaster, Jim Alt, Blake Hensley rounds out your top 5 in qualifying. Then you have Matt Grenier, Scott Fritz, Jason Arison, Justin Ray, and George Slater rounding out your top 10. I don't live in Fond du Lac. I have no clue. It sounds like a made-up name. Remember, we talked about this last week, Lisa. If you want to, give his address, too. I'm joking with you. I'm joking with you. Remember, we're trying to save him. You're just providing more valuable information. How about that? Lisa and Charlene out here every week supporting the 46 of Sean Kostritza week in and week out. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Give you a little hard time, but yeah, because we're going to butcher something.
I'm going to butcher it even more. Every time I hear every time I read or hear the name of his town, Fond du Lac, I always just think of fondue that you put on cake. The cake decorating
It makes me think he's a chef.
Right?
I can see that too. I can see something like shocking.
Brad Gephardt just out making some laps. He did not get a timed lap in tonight. We still got Alex Carr and Greg Carr as time continues to count down here in qualifying. Those two drivers does not look like they're going to be going out on track here for qualifying. Only 26 seconds. Not quite enough time to get a lap in, as the average lap time going to be about 30.05 seconds.
All right, 5 seconds left on the board. Brad Gephardt just putting around, gets those extra laps. Hero roll off. It's 19th position tonight. So here is your starting lineup for tonight's main event. And on the pole, the Cornerstar Motorsports car number 33, James Silvers. And to his outside, his teammate, the Cornerstar Motorsports number 3, Radbird Shutters.
Run number 2 to the inside, the Elite Motorsports number 17, Adam Lancaster. On to his outside, the J3 Motorsports number 1 of Jim Ott.
In row number 3 to the inside, in the Weaponized Motorsports, car number 31, Blake Hensley. And to his outside, the YNH Motorsports, car number 15, Matt Grenier.
Run number 4 to the inside. In the 01 for CFME Sports, it's going to be Scott Fritz. Line up to his outside, JB Motorsports number 74, Jason Arison.
In row number 5 to the inside, the Weaponized Motorsports, car number 38, Justin Ray. To his outside, the Busch League Racing, car number 92, Jordan Slater.
Run number 6 to the inside, Empire Motorsports number 18, Michael Robinson. Line up to his outside, the high side, Hustlers number 72, Tony Iverson.
And then in row number 7, he lives at 174646 Cake Drive from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It's Sean Kostritza in the 46, and to his outside, it's Tyler Evans.
Row number 8 to the inside from Mays Racing. It's the 55 of Kyle Mays, and to his outside, his teammate, though they show different names, the Mays Mafia number 42, Todd Mays.
It rolled off in that ninth row on the inside. And of course, our Motorsports car number 69, Keith Hackney. And to his inside, or outside, and the Team Birdie Racing car number 25, Greg Carr.
And running a field in row number 10, it's going to be the 44 of Brad Gebhardt. And to his outside, the Cornerstone Motorsports number 30, Alex Penn.
Alrighty.
All 20 drivers will take the starting grid here tonight. Smaller field than we've had all season long, but it's a tough track. And Steve, how many drivers come out with the Darlington stripe tonight? I'm going to say every single one of them.
Very good. Probably. Sean, you got a copy down there?
Yes, sir.
Well, they extended the pace lap for one extra lap. You know, we gave out your address just minutes ago on a starting lineup, and we think you're like an undercover chef.
Is that right? I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Well, tell us what your strategy is tonight, sir.
Patience. Just drive the track. Take care of my equipment, and hope to really be around at the end. Let everybody burn their stuff off, and then drive around them later on in the run. Hoping for some green flag runs here, some full ones, and really make that pay off. If not, we'll adapt.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll send you back down there, I guess, with Peyton Hubbard. Just do me a favor. Don't let, your mama and your sister, murder me for giving out your address.
I'll have to wrangle them back in. I promise.
Okay. Good luck, Sean.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
All right, the lights are out. We're fixing to go back green flag, or go to green flag race, not back out. Well, technically back out. You was with us last night. So, technically, yeah, it's coming back out here tonight with Bernie, the iRacing flagman. Radbird Shutters. Ed James Silver's a pace car looking, pulling off into the pits. Ladies and gentlemen, stand to your feet, because it's time to rise for the stars of the cars of the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Green flag is out. We're racing here at Darlington.
And dead heat down the straightaway for Radburn Shutters and James Silvers, the teammates. The outside line is going to prevail, though, for the three of Radburn Shutters. He's going to clear James Silvers nice and easy. It's now Shutters, Silvers, Lancaster, Hensley, and Odd as they roll out of turn number 2. A couple drivers already into the wall back there in turns number 1 and 2 right off the bat.
Well, you got a couple drivers looking to Stirs Todd Mays in the 42, currently running at that 20th position. One of the lowest car counts here this weekend has been with the Xfinity Series. We got to see about the Cup Series tomorrow night, how those drivers prevail. As now we're in the, the race for the chase. Well, there is the 77 of this Tyler Evans. Momentarily gave a bump and a rump to the 46 machine of Shocker Stritz, who's currently running in the 13th spot, just passing the 55 of Kyle Mays. Tony Iverson right ahead of him in that 12th position. And there is George Slater. George Slater in that number 92. Meanwhile, Radbird Shutters way out in a sizable lead over James Silvers and Adam Lancaster. Lancaster think about looking to the inside as they head into the turn. It's not going to make the move. Closes up on the rear end. Can't make it as they come out of the turn. Down the front straightaway. 3 laps are in the books as we're on lap number 4. Radbird Shutters and the number 3 Cornerstone Motorsports lead the way here at Darlington.
And through the middle of turns 1 and 2, back there, brushed the wall just a little bit. For the most part, everybody throughout the field taking it nice and easy here in the early stages. It's a really tough track, not a track you want to push and wear your tires out early. So it looks like everybody seems to be in a bit of a agreement in that, just back and relaxing right now. Watching that 17 of Adam Lancaster. He's in a bit of a cornerstone sandwich right here. You got Blake Hensley riding in that fourth spot right behind him. James Silver's right up ahead of him. He's gonna want to figure something out. Ooh, looks like a little bit of a shot in the shorts for the 31 of Blake Hensley to Adam Lancaster there in front of him. Costing even a checkup behind. Scott Fritz had to get on the binders to not get into Jim Ott.
Well, you look at the 31, he's going to make that pass on the 17 of Adam Lancaster, so give Blake Hensley that third spot. Move a little further back, there's the 8th place of Justin Reid at number 38. There's Tony Arison. Michael Robinson right there looking to the inside. He's going to take that spot away from Arison, so now he's in a 9th position. And, you know, we heard last night Mikey talking about the drivers getting their tires right on that dotted line there to help them, like a little below it, to help them turn, especially in turn number 1. As you see, Arison the 74 currently running in the top 10. There you have George Slater in 11th. There's Tony Iverson, 12th. Sean Kostritza in 13th. And there's Keith Hackney. Hackney at 3 spots. Going to look to the inside to that 46. Meanwhile, battle going on with 92 to 72. Give it to Tony Iverson now. Takes over that 11th spot as they come out, turn down the front straight here. Tony Iverson now in 11th. Has his eyes set on Jason Arison. Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney, Sean Kostritza, Kyle Mays. We have some contact on there. Let's take a look.
I believe the 30 of Alex Penn might have went around on this one. See right here, the 55 of Kyle Mays right on the back bumper. That 69 heading into the corner. Looks like it might have
touched a 46.
Gave him a little nudge. And more going on behind them. I don't know if that was from the checkup. It definitely looks like it's from the checkup. The 55 gets up into the wall. See 30 of Alex Penn coming right behind them. I'm not sure who that was that got in the back of him. Maybe Tyler Evans in the 77.
Well, it didn't take long for these drivers to get under this caution, that's for sure. As 9 laps will be in the books.
One of our longer races this season with 158 laps. Once again, stage break on lap number 60. For the most part, everybody's playing it pretty safe. Saw a little bit of aggression out of the 55 Kyle Mays, the 69 of Keith Hackney, getting in underneath of Sean Kostritza, but it's a tight track. There's not a lot of room for passing. You could stick it down below that dotted white line. You see right there, right below Radburn Shutters right now. You could stick it down there, and you could kind of hold it with the progressive bank. There's a really big banking change right there, and if you mess that up and you hit that wrong, it's gonna upset the car big time, and it could really ruin your day right there. So, really tough track to make passes on.
Well, all the drivers make it out, made it back out. Lights, hopefully. Pray to the baby Jesus that the lights do go out. They do, so we're going to double them back up. As your top 5 look like this: Radburn Shutters, James Silvers, Adam Lancaster, Scott Fritz, and Jim Alt. Round out your top 5 here. You got Matt Grenier, Michael Robinson, Jason Arison, Tony Iverson and Sean Kostritza rounds out your top 10. So you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down button. And on Facebook, make sure you hit that like and follow button. And you're watching on Facebook, you know, be like Mikey. Share out your paycheck. Drop some couple stars. It helps the Bluegrass Iracing League out.
Every little bit helps, and every little bit goes back into the league to help put on a better show for everybody watching, better racing for everybody on track. Pace car is off. Radburn Shutter's going to bring us back to Geico restart zone. There you see the stripe across the track. That is the zone, and green flag is back out. Another excellent start for Radburn Shutters on that inside lines. James Silver's going to move down the end line with him. It's a 3-car breakaway right off the bat. Side by side for fourth. Scott Fritz, Jim Ott battling it out for the 4th position. Give it to Ott. Coming off of turn number 2. For the most part, everybody already single filed out. You see one car down on the inside. That's going to be the 18 of Michael Robinson. Now side by side with Scott Fritz. Fritz going to show some speed through the middle of 3 and 4 and get the run off of turn number 4 and continue to maintain that 5th position.
Definitely, they do. That's right now. Radburn Shutters leads the way with the 33 James Silvers. Adam Lancaster rounds out your top 3. Look at Jim Ball. He's starting to close a bit in that number 1 machine. Like we said earlier, he picked up his win on opening night at Pocono. There's the 0-1 of Scott Fritz and Michael Robinson right there to 18. But coming to the start-finish line. And we're going to the Crank It Up cam. We're going to let you hear it for a lap. All right, 1 lap with the Crank It Up cam as Radburn Shutters still continues to lead with James Silvers, Adam Lancaster, Jim Ott, and Scott Fritz rounding out your top 5. Greg Card at 20th position, that number 25 machine, all by his lonesome there. And right ahead of him in that 19th position is the 42 of Todd Bays, and there's Kyle Bays right there to 55, the Bobcat 55. Tyler Evans in the 17th position, number 77. There's Brad Gebhardt currently running at 16th with Jordan Slater in the DuPont 92. Running 15th, there's Justin Ray to 38, currently running 14th with Alex Pitt in the 30. Running 13th is Sean Kostritza in 12th in the number 46. Jason Harrison in the 74, currently running 11th. There's Keith Hackney in the 69, up 7 spots in that 10th position. Right ahead of him is that 31 of Blake Hensley. How about Tony Iverson right now, currently running at 8th, Mac Grenier in 7th, and Michael Robinson, the 18 of M&M's 18, currently running in 6th with Scott Fritz. Running in that 5th position, there you got Adam Lancaster in the 17 machine, currently running in 4th. There's Jim Ott in 3rd. James Silvers and his teammate Radburn Shutters lead the way here at Darlington. You're watching the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube.
Shutters about a half second over his teammate of James Silver. Shutters has always been real good at the technical tracks that are known for wearing the tires down. He's always been real good on the long runs, maintaining those tires, maintaining that fast speed that he's running up there all by himself. Meanwhile, back here for that 2nd spot, Jim Ott is quickly closing on James Silvers around the back straightaway. Look at the speed from Jim Ott. Pulls right up to the back bumper of James Silvers. Silvers got a better run into turn number 1 that time, with these guys running almost in each other's tire tracks here. Ott will not let that 33 go. We saw him up there a little while ago before the caution came out. Now he's wanting to go after it once again. We got the green flag, laps are rolling this time. So we hit the stripe right here, 19 laps in the books. starting on lap number 20. Now we can look a little further back. You got the 69 Keith Hackney to the inside of his teammate Blake Hensley. For that 9th spot, Hensley's going to get up to the wall. I think he might have gave the wall just a little bit of a kiss there, Steve, and maintain that spot over Keith Hackney.
Well, a little bit of shoving between the 30 and the 74. That is Alex Penn and Jason Arison. You see 38 Justin Ray now balanced side by side. That's for 13th and 14th on the track. Meanwhile, the 72 Tony Iverson in the 8th spot. And he better not be worried about seasoning his steak with pepper spray, because he might want to use it for the cars behind him. That's closing up on him. In a hurry. That is Blake Hensley in the 31, and there is Keith Hackney right there behind him.
Hackney has been climbing through this field in a massive hurry. He's up 7 spots. Kind of stalled out a little bit when he got behind his teammate of Blake Hensley. Don't know if maybe they're playing nice with each other, or if he's just struggling to get past Blake Hensley. But Hensley now is going to move to the inside of Tony Iverson. A little bit of contact there, but they're going to hang on to it. It's going to open the door to bring Keith Hackney and Sean Kostritza both with them.
Well, we talked about pepper spray. He should have used it, as Tony Iverson's falling back in a hurry. Lost 3 spots in less than a lap there. Jason Arison's next car to venture on the back bumper of that number 72, Tony Iverson. Also, you see Justin Ray, that 38 machine, dropping back there. He's going to fall in line behind Brad Giphart. Meanwhile, that number 3 of Radbird Shutters, he's starting to walk the dog here at Darlington, because he's walking away from James Silvers. And at number 33, Jim Alt sitting right there in 3rd. Lancaster looking, he's going to take kind of easy. We're in lap number 24. Got a long stage. Just going to try to hold at bay that number 01 is Scott Fritz. There's Michael Robinson right there, too. He's going to be trying to reel in those 2 drivers, but Radbird Shutters showed away here on lap number 24.
Shutters looking nice and comfortable and at home here at Darlington. He's off to right about 7/10 of a second lead over James Silvers. He's not showing any signs that he's really pushing that number 3 machine, but he's definitely not backing off either. He's just out there rolling. And I mentioned earlier how good he can be on the long runs. And right now, the way that he's driving, I think it's going to continue to stay the same. Darlington, a very abrasive surface, very difficult to conserve tires here. But right now, he just looks calm, cool, and collected, and taking it nice and easy on his first set of tires after he started the race with. And I don't see him letting up anytime soon. Over that last lap, he's now up to almost 0.8 of a second over his teammate James Silvers in 2nd. Right now, looking at Alright, well, we're going to change now. Looking at the top 3, see him right there on screen. The gap between Shutters and Silvers there, just ever so slightly, continue to grow every single lap. But Silvers now starting to pull away from Jim Ott behind him.
There you see the top 3. Adam Lancaster at 4th position at number 17 had some damage to the rear end on the left-hand side there. So that's when someone got in the back of. There's Scott Fritz at that 01. Doing a good job at this Majula C Speed Shop, number 01. And Michael Robinson, he's eating him some M&Ms in that machine as he's in the top 10. We're currently running in 6. Matt Grenier in the 15 machine. And look at Keith Hackney up to 8th position, up 9 spots, looking to take over that 7th position over Matt Grenier. Keith Hackney's been slowly stalking his prey all evening long. As now he looks to the inside, that number 15, he will try to take it. He does take the 7th spots. Matt Grenier gives it to him. Blake Hensley, it's lost 4 spots to start of the race. Currently running in that 9th position. There's Sean Kostritza in 10th. Up 3 spots to start of the race. And Jason Arison, he's down 3. And how about Alex Penn in the number 30, up 8 spots in 12th position. I talked about Tony Iverson earlier, BJ. He's lost spots now. He's in that 16th position, that number 72 machine.
He dropped back and dropped back in a big hurry. But, talk about Alex Penn up 8 spots. He's been working kind of quietly through the field. Was involved in that first caution of the race. Now he's been staying kind of quiet, just working his way forward and worked his way forward in a big way to be up 8 spots. Started this race in dead last and has moved on up into the 12th spot. As right now, he lurks behind the 46 of Sean Kostritza. You talked about it earlier. He just wants to save his tires, save his equipment, and be there when it counts. So right now, I wonder if that's exactly what he's doing. He's losing spots, but he has kept that car clean. He hasn't pushed. Could this work out in his favor as we are halfway down, halfway to go in the stage?
Well, that number 3 is still leading the way, showing the way. There is James Silvers. The team has had heartache all season long. And a lot of triumphs, but a lot of heartaches, that's for sure, especially for Radbird Shutters, that number 3 machine. Adam Lancaster, he's had a lot of good runs, some wins. And Scott Fritz, he's been known as the bridesmaid of Bluegrass. One of these days, BJ, he's going to catch that veil.
Yeah. One of these days, he'll get himself a bouquet and he'll come home with a race win. But especially last season, it seemed like he just got stuck.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Instead of Jason Collins throwing the bouquet, he's actually going to have to run and hand him the bouquet. Oh, Nelly. Keith Hackney and the 18 there that Michael Robinson got really low at a racing surface there. But Keith Hackney now up 11 spots in the 6th position. Now has his eyes set on that 0-1 at Majula C Speed Shop. Adam Lancaster. Oh, he's going to come down. Is he coming to pit road?
Would indeed be coming to pit road. The first of our 20 drivers to make the call to come down pit road. And at number 17 here on lap number 34. So that's going to make the top 5 now. Radburn Shutters, James Silvers, Jim Ott, Scott Fritz, and Keith Hackney. Now cracks top 5 with that.
Up in the outside wall there. That was Blake Hensley. And you kind of see he slapped it pretty good, BJ.
Yeah, probably one of the best hits I've seen yet on the wall. I'd say he's probably got the longest Darlington stripe so far tonight. As more drivers now come down pit road, Radburn Shutters is going to hand over the race lead to Keith Hackney. So you got Shutter, Silvers, Ott, Fritz, Robinson, Grenier, Penn, Kostritza, Iverson, and Mays all coming down pit road. Your top 5 now with this group of drivers pitting is Hackney, Harrison, Hensley, Slater, and Ray.
As they come out turn number 4, 35 laps fixed to be in the books. Now we're on lap number 36. Blake Hensley right now holding off Jordan Slater in that number 92 there. And the 38 of Justin Ray. There's Brad Gebhardt in that 44 currently running in the top 5. And then you have Todd Mays in 6. Jason Harrison's down pit road along with Greg Carr. There is Scott Fritz coming on racing surface along with Radbird Shutters and James Silvers and Adam Lancaster there. So Radbird Shutters right now in that 10th position. And think about it. When we go back, everybody completes pit stops. Radbird Shutters will resume the race lead in that number 3 machine. Right now, Keith Hackney leading the way out in front from the 31 of Blake Hensley and Jordan Slater. And you got to wonder, is Blake Hensley holding up that number 92, Jordan Slater and Justin Ray there. Slater going to look to the inside as they head into the turn. BJ, they're using that white line there to help get these cars rotating in the corners.
Yeah, they're doing it quite a lot, but it also puts a lot of wear on the tires when you do that. See them right down there, right? That bank change. You see that elevation change when the cars hit it? You can see the left side pick up and drop back down when they get back up on the racing surface. That's putting a ton of wear on that car. on the tires on that car, and quite often I see it all the time. Causes a lot of wrecks. I'm still waiting on this group of cars right here to pit. They've got drivers that have already pitted all over the back bumper. You see Radburn Shutters, our proverbial race leader, once the rest of these guys come down pit road all over the back bumper of them. The 38 hard up into the wall right there. He's on the outside of Radburn Shutters and Adam Lancaster. Lancaster following in the tire tracks of Shutters, or trying to anyways, trying to work his way through this field. Still waiting to see when. Ooh, I think Steve might have dropped something there, but still waiting to see when Hackney, Hensley, Slater, Ray, Gebhardt, Mays, and Evans come down. They pitted on lap number 9. They all took fuel on lap number 9, so they can run 9 laps longer than the rest of these guys. Just trying to hang on right now for as long as they can. And contact 92 starts to go around back there. Caution flag is going to fly. Look at the front of Jim Otts. Oh no, this could be his hopes dashed for the night.
And all that could have been avoided with a little bit of give, BJ, because give and take. Remember, that's the famous words we use on Sunday nights. You got to give before you take. Looks like maybe just letting off a tad bit after that pass. Look at him just shoot down. I don't know, but we see little things differently. You know, in-car camera, being inside of that cockpit sure does look different than these cameras. That's for sure.
And then 92 goes for. We do see it from time to time, not very often, but we do see it from time to time. That looked like a bit of an asphalt slide job. You see him start to slide up. Blake Kensley runs a crossover, starts to dive down under, but it's not quite enough room as the 92 did not slide up all the way and open that door for the 31 to come down. Jim Ott just kind of got stuck, just a sitting duck right there, right into the back bumper of the 31, bringing out that caution. But Hensley, Hackney, Ray, Gebhardt, Mays, Evans, Slater all come down pit road. It's going to allow Shutters, Lancaster, Silvers, Ott, Fritz, and company all back through the field. They're going to be able to get their lap back. But Steve, this puts a massive wrench in the works. The top 7 that are down pit road right now that had not yet pitted will now get to stay in the top 7. Radburn Shutters, Adam Lancaster, James Silvers. These guys are almost guaranteed at this point to have to start further back in the field and work their way forward.
Well, yes, they're in front of the leader. The leader is Brad Gebhardt right there at number 44. The J&J Gaming 44 machine is your race leader. There's Keith Hackney, who made his pit stop.
Yeah.
So
Did
now
Radburn Shutters unlap himself before the caution flag?
Well, he got the wave around. You got Blake Hensley down pit road now, along with Jim Alt. Kyle Mays coming down pit road. So Radburn Shutters will fire off in that 4th position. Then you have Todd Mays there. And in 9th place, right there behind the pace car, this is 17, Adam Lancaster, James Silvers in 10th, Scott Fritz, Matt Grittier, Alex Penn, Sean Kostritza, and Michael Robinson right there. So you see the leader, that 44. So once the lights go out, these drivers will get to go around, tag the back of the field, the longest line. Single file they will. Won't be too many cars.
Radburn Shutters did in fact get the lucky dog, so this will mean that he will get the end of the longest line penalty. Comes with the lucky dog, so unfortunately he will be the furthest car back in the field. When we come back to the green flag, we'll have to let everybody come by him when they get their free pass or wave around the pace car. Get back on the lead lap.
As you see the drivers now, the signal's being given. The lights will go dark on the pace vehicle. And on the racing surface, Brad Gephardt will restart the race. Let's see what he will choose. Looks like he might choose the inside line, giving the outside to Keith Hackney. There's Jim Alt catching the back of the pack there. There's the rest of the drivers. As they head into turn number 3. Pace car is pulled off. Brad Gephardt will lead the field down to the Geico restart zone. And is J&J Gaming number 44. Green flag is out. Good start for the 44 machine. There's Keith Hackney in second. There is Todd Mays and Justin Ray. Ray to the inside. He'll take over third. Mays will be in fourth. Tyler Evans in fifth. Then you got Jordan Slater and Blake Hensley. Rounds out seventh. There's Radbird Shutters currently in eighth. And look at Jim Alt. He's a lap down in that 19th position. Currently sitting there in the 8th spot.
And look at the damage all over the back of that number 92 of Jordan Slater. Blake Hensley is going to take full advantage, move to the inside, and go around him right here. That is for that 6th position. A little bit of shuffling going on up ahead of him as well between 42, the 44, and the 77. That's Mays, Gebhardt, and Evans. 92 of Slater just continues to fall off pace. It looks like really struggling after that caution. More drivers get around him.
Well, but there's the 3 of Radbird Shutters, who is leading. Made a pit stop right before that caution. Making his way up in that 6th position, going around Brad Gephardt. Gephardt dropping. Oh, Justin Ray made contact with the outside. Oh, we got more contact. Jim Alt back there in the 0-1. And we stay green. Meanwhile, there is Justin Ray and Todd Mays, 2nd and 3rd. Blake Hensley in that 4th position. You look at James Silvers, looking to the inside to 44. Gephardt gives Silvers that 8th spot. Gephardt falls to 9th now. Alex Penn up 10 spots, currently running in at 10th position. Sean Kostritza right behind him in 11th, up 2 spots at the start of the race, as 47 laps are in the books.
The biggest lead that we've seen anybody have so far at the strength. It was 1.8 seconds, and already heading into turn number 1, it is 2 seconds. They got 2.3 seconds over the 42 of Todd Mays. Keith Hackney is absolutely flying right now at the number 69, as there's a 3-car battle going on for that 2nd spot. Blake Hensley, Todd Mays, Justin Ray, and Blake Hensley is going to take over the 3rd spot from Justin Ray. And I'll try to find his way past the 42 of Todd Mays.
Oh, you're looking. You know, I thought it was off last night, you know, because, you know, we had Mikey up here in the press box with me. And, you know, he got to talk most of the night, and for some odd reason, I'm the one with a sore throat. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think it was sabotage. But Mikey tuning in tonight. I think he gave me some kind of virus, you know. Probably had it in the can of Coke they opened. Make sure to hit that thumbs up on the YouTube page. And make sure to hit subscribe. We have 736 subscribers. We need to reach the 1,000 mark. So make sure to share out the broadcast. Get your friends to subscribe. Keith Hackney lead away in a 69. The drivers are pretty much spaced out in the top 4 spots. Radbird Shutters has gotten around the 77. Tyler Evans now Shutters into the top 5. Evans in 6th there to 77. Adam Lancaster sitting in 7th. You've got James Silvers, Alex Penn, and Sean Kostritza now rounds out your top 10. Kostritza has gotten around Brad Gephardt. And you gotta wonder, so we take a look here at the pit strategy board for Brad Gebhardt. You can't really see it because he's actually in 11th, so we should have looked at it a little earlier. But something's not right with that 44 machine.
He's definitely struggling. He's dropping way back. And you're looking at it, looks as though he did not take tires when he put it on lap number 41. Yeah, I'm showing only fuel as he took an 8.9 second pit stop. That is not enough time for him to have got tires on that car. So he's got to have a trick up his sleeve or something as he's holding on to a set of tires and not taking it. And you can see the effects of it right now as he's dropping back in a hurry, not where he wants to be at all tonight. We're taking a look right now at the 31 of Blake Hensley, who's just been absolutely flying back through this field. He's all over the back bumper of that number 42 machine. I say that, and then he hits the wall coming off turn number 2.
As Hensley loses the ground, there's Justin Ray back to his back bumper, and that number 38 machine having a good run tonight, up for 5 spots. Justin Ray. There is the 3 of Radbird Shutters. There's the 17 of Adam Lancaster. Lancaster in that 6th spot. There's Silvers in the 33. Try to keep his car nice and clean there. In the number 33 machine. There is Tyler Evans. As we're coming 5 laps to go, BJ.
5 laps remaining here in the stage. There you see it. We're on lap number 56. We got lap 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. Yeah, I counted. But right now, watching Keith Hackney 2.2 seconds over Todd Mays. I've noticed the times here. Keith Hackney has started slowing down over the last couple of laps compared to Todd Mays. He took off and ran out to this big race lead. But Todd Mays has started to close that gap. Now, as it stands right now, there's not enough time unless Keith Hackney makes a mistake. There's not enough time for Todd Mays to close in on him before the end of the stage. So unless Keith Hackney messes up or gets caught in lap traffic, he will be your stage winner. Or caution. Caution could change everything as well.
Hey, Cannons, we're on lap number 57. There's Keith Hackney. He's going to look to put the 55 of Kyle Bates another lap down. He does get around him. And also the 72, Tony Iverson, now a lap down in the 72 machine. Right ahead of him is the 0 watt of Scott Fritz, currently running his 16th. And Danger go a lap down before the stage break. As now you look at the 69, looks to the inside of him. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Give it to Hackney as Scott Fritz is now a lap down. Todd Mays now gets around the 72. Now has his eyes set on that 55. And actually the 55 is not going to contest. He's going to pull to the inside to allow Todd Mays to go around him. Justin Ray currently at that 3rd spot now. In that 38 machine, you have the 72 of Iverson right ahead of him. And here comes, let me tell you, it's a rough driver, aggressive driver, Blake Hensley. Not afraid to use that front bumper, that's for sure. He just showed it there. He showed it a while ago. Now we got a battle brewing. Justin Ray gives up that 3rd spot. Blake Hensley takes over that 3rd position.
He takes it back over once again. Hensley has been extremely aggressive tonight. We've seen it multiple times now. Gave that 38 of Justin Ray a shot and said, hey, I'm coming. I want that position back. And he definitely took it the very next corner, right around the outside of him and Tony Iverson. Made it stick and took 3rd spot back. Now wants to try to chase down Todd Mays. I don't think he's going to have enough time to do it. We'll look at the tower. And of course he's not going to have enough time because it is already the end of lap number 60. Caution flag is going to fly, and that's going to be your stage. It's going to be Hackney, Mays, Hensley, Ray, Shutters, Lancaster, Silvers, Penn, Kostritza, and Evans, your top 10.
We'll throw it to a quick commercial. We'll be right back with pit stops. All right, welcome back to the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live at Darlington. Keith Hackney wins that stage with Kyle Mays. Blake Hensley rounds out your top three. As the 69, it will bring the field down pit road for their pit stops.
And everybody here going to come down pit road as per usual here for the stage. I suspect everybody going to take 4 tires. Everybody going to take fuel. And this is definitely going to be Brad Gebhardt's opportunity to come back and go after some moves here, trying to make his way back forward in that 44. He was the first of the drivers to not take tires on the previous pit stop. Really saw the effects of it as he fell all the way back into, I believe it was the 12th position. And now the race off pit road has begun. Keith Hackney once again comes out the race lead. Todd Mays, James Silvers, Alex Penn up into 4th. Sean Kostritza up into 5th. Jason Ayrson, Scott Fritz, Brad Gebhardt, Adam Lancaster, Radburn Shutters, your top 10 off of pit road. Still on pit road. Every one of these guys has been done here for 35 seconds or more now. Hensley, Grenier, Ray, Robinson, Evans, Carr, Ott, Iverson, Slater. All these guys spending a substantial amount of time down pit road. Oh, Tony Iverson back on pit road.
He is back on pit road, and I want to see something here. Oh, he had to stop, allow the driver by. So you want to get a penalty.
Scott Fritz also coming back onto pit road, it looks like. In that number 01 machine.
The 55 of Kyle Mays, he'll be looking to get a lap back when the lights go out on the pace vehicle. And how about Todd Mays up 14 spots in that 2nd position. Alex Penn up 16 spots in the 4th position.
These guys having a fantastic night. Alex Penn right now is actually tied with Keith Hackney for most positions forward at 16. And, you know, Alex Penn, the night that he's having, he stands to be the driver, unbeatable at how many cars he passes. He started dead last tonight, riding in that 4th spot. Wouldn't that be something if he'd come home with a race win here tonight?
Definitely, it would be something as the lights do go dark on the base vehicle and on the racing surface. Keith Hackney will choose the inside line to bring us to the start of stage number 2. Todd Mays be on outside. Row number 2 be the 33, James Silvers, and the 30 of Alex Penn. Sean Kostritza will roll off inside. Row number 3 to his outside will be Jason Ayrson. Brad Gebhardt, how about that? He survived, made his pit stop. He's back in that 7th position with the 17 of Lancaster to his outside. That's your top 4 rows there. The 5th row will be Radburn Shutters and Justin Ray. Pace car looking to pull off. Fields in the hands of Keith Hackney as they come out turn number 4. When they reach the Geico restart zone, he can fire at any time. Green flag is out. Good start there for the 69. Getting a little push there from his teammate in the 33. As they head into turn number 1, the 69 33 will clear the 42 of Todd Mays. Sean Kostritza right there underneath Alex Penn. Give Kostritza that 4th position out. Turn number 2 down the back straightaway. See the 17 of Lancaster pull out line, thinking about going to the inside of the 44 of Gebhardt. He will clear, make that pass. Here comes the 3 of Radburn Shutters around Gebhardt. So Shutters now into the 8th position as these drivers a little further back, still 2x2 action going on. But right now, Silver's now in second, Todd Mays in third, and Sean Kostritza in fourth, and Alex Penn. All having a good run here tonight. And now look at Todd Mays, looks to the inside of 33, heading into the turn. Todd Mays, he's going to drift up a tad bit, side by side. A little contact there. Mays on the binders. No harm, no fouls. We're staying green. But that's going to allow the 46 to catch up to that 42. It's Alex Penn right there in the hip pocket of that 46 of Sean Kostritza. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney, he is leaving the field behind.
Y'all, it's been slowing everybody down. And that's exactly what Keith Hackney wants to see, is these guys battle it out. These guys slow each other down. And Todd Mays is still all over the back bumper of that number 33 machine. But every time these guys start to battle, every time Todd Mays gets a look on that 33, it slows them down. And look who's right there looking now into turns number 1 and 2. That is Scott yeah. My bad. Sean Kostritza all over the back bumper of Todd Mays right there. Ready to go for it. Ready to pounce through the corner right there. Just didn't have the opening. Right now, James Silver's doing what he needs to do to maintain that second spot. But the door is open, and here comes Sean Kostritza to the inside of Todd Mays. Mays all the way up to the outside wall. Kostritza using that groove right underneath the edge of that white line there. As we talked about earlier, using it to rotate the car, using it to bring the car around that corner. It definitely helped him right there as he free and clear that number 42. Now here it comes Adam Lancaster, the inside of the 30-30 into the outside wall. Hard hit for him, but he's going to recover the car and keep rolling. But that opened the door for Arison to get by him as well.
As you saw Todd Mays in that 42, when Kostritza got around him, it left the inside lot open. Now allowed Adam Lancaster to get around quite a few drivers. So now Todd Mays has dropped to that 7th position. And BJ, I'll be right back.
That is fine. Say go ahead, take care. But right now it is Hackney, Silvers, Kostritza, 3-car breakaway. And all three kind of starting to break away from each other just a little bit. Riding right now in that 4th spot, Adam Lancaster. See him right there. You see just about how far back he is from that 46 of Sean Kostritza. And then you got Jason Arison in the 74. Running in that 5th position. Hackney. Nice and smooth sailing right now. He can sit back and relax as he's just over a second over his teammate James Silvers. He can sit back and relax right now. Take his time, save his tires a little bit, and not push that 69. And it's not going to hurt anything if James Silvers catches up just a little bit. Save your tires. It'll help you in the long run. He's just under a second now in that number 69 machine.
Well, Alex Penn right there. Look at Todd Mays. Radburn shutters right there in his hip pocket. Shutters in that 8th spot there. And right behind him is Brad Gibhart in that 44. Blake Hensley in 10th right now. There is Justin Ray in 11th. And Tyler Evans in 12th with Michael Robinson 13th. There's 14th of Scott Fritz and Matt Grenier. And how about Greg Carr there to 25, currently running at 16th. And Tony Iverson in that 17th position. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney continues to lead here. As you look on the board, James Silvers was quick last 2 laps, so he's closing in on that 69 machine.
It almost makes me wonder if Hackney didn't hear what I was saying about sitting back and relaxing right now. Don't push that number 69 machine. You're already over a second lead. So sit back and relax and save those tires for just a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything if the 2nd place car catches you some. Save your tires so you can defend yourself in the long run. As I say that, Hackney pulls out right about another 10th gap over James Silvers that last time around. And look who has closed the gap now. It's going to be Adam Lancaster up to the back bumper of Sean Kostritza there through turns 1 and 2. He is ready to make his move back towards the top three now. Kostritza having a great later half of the season. He's really picked up. He's really started showing some speed. And it seems like the later the season goes, Steve, the better he's getting.
Well, he had a good opening season at 46, and then it kind of ran into some mayhem, and now he's gathering his bearings. We're in basically race for the chase, and he wants to make it. Kyle Mays enters pit road in that 55 machine. Meanwhile, there's James Silvers at that 33. There's Sean Kostritza. So you think about it, everyone with the yellow on the windshield spoiler and on the windshield there, they are in the chase. So you look at the 17 Lancaster. I'm not sure. I believe he's in the chase.
I thought he was. I'm going to look right now and double check. I thought he was.
And talk about 17, he does get that third spot. Or he does get around Sean Kostritza. And you better watch out, because here comes the 74 of Jason Arison. Arison right there in the hip pocket, running in that 5th position.
Confirm he is actually 2nd in points.
So there you go. But you're not running the yellow spoiler or the yellow on the windshield. There's Brad Gebhardt in that 44 machine. Gebhardt right up against that wall in a J&J Gaming. There's Alex Penn currently running in 8th. Blake Hensley now in 9th. Justin Raitt rounds out your top 10. Then you have Michael Robinson and Todd Bates and Tyler Evans. Scott Fritz and Matt Grenier rounding out your top 15 here, as we're on lap number 80 for Keith Hackney.
Hackney is 1.6 seconds ahead, man. He's got some smooth sailing. Once he made his way up to that race lead, he has not looked back here tonight. There's no contest at this point in time for Hack, except for possibly some lap traffic, unless he doesn't manage to save those tires. If he doesn't save those tires, then he's going to be in trouble anyways. But right now, we're looking, when we hit the stripe, 20 laps, I believe, on tires. Say last pit on lap number 62, so now we're on lap 82. So it's been 20 laps since these guys last took tires. Everybody's lap times are right about a second slower than their quick times out here tonight. So he's staying right on par with them, and actually just a hair quicker, as he's up to almost 2 seconds of a lead now.
Well, they almost can complete 2 laps a minute. Almost, those drivers. So every minute's almost 2 laps, barely there. Or barely not there, I should say. But there is 2nd place. You just saw Keith Hackney right there. That is your distance between 1st and 2nd. There's Jason Arison. He has now gotten around Sean Kostritza. Kostritza's now in 5th. And Radbird Shutters is right there in his hip pocket in that number 3 machine. Radbird Shutters in 6th. Up quite a few spots to start of the 2nd stage. There's Blake Hensley, made his way up to 7th. As the drivers are pretty much spread out throughout the field. 20 drivers signed into pit road tonight, and all 20 are on the race's surface. There's Michael Robinson in the 18. There's Alex Penn in the 30. Todd Mason at Tracker 42. The Jules C Speed Shop number 01. That's Scott Fritz into the wall there. That's going to allow Matt Grenier to get around him. Matt Grenier takes over at that 13th position. As Keith Hackney is now down the back straightaway into turn number 3 in his Toyota Next Level Racing Cornerstone Motorsports machine. As they come out of turn number 4, we're going to crank it up one more time. All right, 87 laps of the books. Keith Hackney continues to lead. James Silvers, Jason Arison, Radburn Shutters takes over that fourth position. Adam Lancaster falls back to fifth. Sean Christensen running out the top six. With Blake Hensley, Brad Gebhardt, Justin Ray, and Michael Robinson rounds out your top 10 here. There's Keith Hackney. There is the 33 James Silvers flirting with the outside wall there.
Laps are starting to wind down here. Everybody's spreading out. Everybody's kind of relaxed at the moment, Steve. I think we're in for a good long green flag run unless some mishaps from pit stops happen. But right now, everybody looking nice and calm. Man, I got the hiccups. As I say that, Jason Harrison takes a look to the inside of James Silvers for that second spot. Whoa, he's kind of squeezed Silvers up into the wall. They're both going to hang on to it, though. But here comes Radburn Shutters in a big hurry from that contact. He's going to take a look now to his inside, to the inside of his teammate of James Silvers. Now Jason Harrison as well. Look at the damage to the right side of those two cars right there. That was a hard hit to that wall as they're back side by side with Silvers on the inside now.
Well, that was 2 for the price of 1 for Radburn Shutters. And now look at Lancaster. He wants the 2 for the price of 1. Goes into the turn there. He does clear the 74. Oh, Arison going to cross it back underneath. Side by side. That's for third and fourth. And look at Sean Kostritza. He is creeping back up there. As Kostritza thinks about going to the inside. Could not make that pass happen.
Door was open for a split second, but not open long enough for him to get to nose that 46 under there. Harrison just quickly closing it and saying, not today, not this time. So Kostritza will remain just outside the top 5. Radburn Shutters back into that second spot, and we've seen the speed out of Radburn Shutters already tonight. Now that he's in second, now that there's no pressure around him, can he start closing this 5-second gap between him and his teammate Keith Hackney up there in a race lead? You see Hackney right now going into turn number 3. Radburn Shutters was coming out of turn number 2 right about the same time. It's a 1 straightaway gap between those two. Last few times by, watch it right here at the stripe. Hey, that one always throws me off, but looks like Keith Hackney was slower on lap 91 and considerably slower on lap 92. The gap has started to close.
Definitely has. Now Radburn Shutters kissed the wall there, trying to make some sparklers and snakes come out of the side of that machine as they head out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As you look at Lancaster as Shutters big quicker than Lancaster. Lancaster currently running in that third spot there. As they come out of the turn, there you see Arison. Arison 1 win on the season. There's Sean Kostritza currently running in 5th. Keith Hackney right there has Jim Alt right in front of him. Alt already a lap down, looking to go another lap down. And there's Radburn Shutters still closing in on that number 69 machine.
Yeah, Shutters needs a flawless run right here. Granted, we still got more pit stops to come. I believe gonna have to make 2 more stops. Right now, we're just over 30 laps on a set of tires and fuel. For most of these guys in the field, Silvers and Evans both brought it down pit road. Silvers been on pit road for over a minute and 2 laps now. There's no doubt that has got to be coming from that contact between him and Arison, sandwiching Silvers up into that outside wall. That's going to dash his hopes for a race win most likely here tonight, unless cautions really play out in his favor. And number 33 machine's hopes for a race win are gone.
Keith Hackney, he's put on a clinic ever since he took that lead. And he's way out in front, and he's thinking he has it in the bags. There's Radburn Shutters coming down pit road. Sean Kostritza stays out. Adam Lancaster, Jason Arison, all coming down. So it's Keith Hackney now, and Sean Kostritza, Michael Robinson, Matt Grenier your top four. See Hackney, he's coming down pit road this time.
I think this might have been a good call for Shutters to come down just a little bit sooner. Well, apparently my SDK decided it's no longer working, but Radburn Shutters come down just a hair sooner than Keith Hackney. I believe one lap. I'll see here in just a moment. It's either 1 lap or 2 laps. I believe 1 lap. Radburn Shutters making his way off pit road right now. He can get that car up to speed. He has a real shot at being able to take the race lead from his teammate Keith Hackney.
And here comes Hackney. And there is Shutters, BJ.
The Shutters rolling through turns 3 and 4 right now. Hackney just now starting his way out of pit road. He is exiting with Jim Ott. Radburn Shutters. I think he's going to close the gap, but I don't know if he's going to be able to take over the race, leading to 1 second back. Now 8/10, half a second back. 3/10 right there they are together. Hackney, a little bit of a bobble as he rejoins the racing surface. Radburn Shutters are going to be right there. I think it was a great pit stop for Radburn Shutters to be able to get back up to Keith Hackney. Steve, I think we might have us a race for the lead.
We might have a race for lead in just a couple of laps, that's for sure. As Radburn Shutters have been quick all night long. Adam Lancaster in that 3rd spot. How about Sean Kostritza coming back out of pit road in that 4th position? Brad Gebhardt in 5th. And there's Jason Arison. Jason Arison in 6th. Alex Penn, Blake Hensley, Justin Ray, and Scott Fritz now rounds out your top 10. Every driver has made a pit stop now. As now we said, the 3 was being quick. Now the 69 is starting to pull away.
And Keith Hackney now back to what he was doing, but he knows how fast Radburn Shutters is. Could he be running in a panic right now, trying to pull away from Radburn Shutters? This could, Steve, if that is the case, this could end up biting him in the butt, knowing that Radburn Shutters is as quick as he is on the long runs and as strong as he is on the long runs. If he's pushing that 69 to get away from Radburn Shutters, he could end up hurting himself in the long run. We saw him get off pit road in a big hurry. We saw him rejoin a racing service and get a little of a bobble as he was getting on as quick as he could to stay ahead of Radburn Shutters. I'm not too sure right now if he's making the right calls in the number 69 machine.
Well, I'm going to be Team Shutters here. Hopefully he can pick up the win. That's who the driver I'm going to... my vote to win. How about that? And now here's Brad Gebhardt all over the hip pocket of Sean Kostritza. That's a battle for 4th and 5th on the track there. Sean Kostritza, the 46, the Office Depot machine. And one Carl Edwards. Drove that kind of car, BJ?
I do indeed. I do indeed.
There's Lancaster in 3rd. But Keith Hackney pulling away from Radburn Shutters as 102 laps are in the books. 56 laps to go here tonight. As most of the field is caught back up, bunched up there, single file. There's the 77 of Evans. Evans a lap down. The 38 of Justin Ray right ahead of him. Oh, the 18 of Michael Robinson there making some contact with outside wall. Evans goes to the inside, allows Scott Fritz to go around, so's Matt Grenier. Keith Hackney lead the way on lap number 104 as 104 laps in the books as we're on lap number 105. 53 laps to go. As you look at Sean Kostritza, he's now pulled away from Brad Gibbhart. Gibbhart actually has a lap car in between them. The 55 of Kyle Mays now. Jason Arison in 6th. Both these drivers have settled down.
He is now increasing his lead once again over Radburn Shutters, but he is pushed. Keith Hackney is pushing that number 69 machine. I'm afraid of being, for his sake, I'm afraid of it being just a little bit too much to maintain that race lead over Radburn Shutters like he is. This is gonna be really tough and really tight for him to keep that race lead over him.
That's now right on board with Adam Lancaster in the 17, currently running 3rd from Mooresville, North Carolina. Racing in the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. In the chase, currently running in 2nd in the point standings. Wanting a good run here tonight. Keith Hackney at 69. He wants to lock himself into the next round. Now right on board with the 46 of Sean Kostritza. Kostritza currently running at 4th. How about Blake Hensley? He's made his way back in the top 5. In that 31 machine. Are using that outside wall, BJ, kind of helping him a little bit.
And it's something we've seen all night long. These guys, a lot of times they get up there, rub that outside wall in corner entries. Sometimes they'll do it in the middle of the corners. A lot of different uses for it, and a lot of different times you want to use it to sometimes get your car to hook, sometimes help you make that last second pass that you just got to inch your way around for. It's not always a bad thing to earn your Darlington stripe out here, so definitely some different ways to use the wall out here, and you see one of them used quite a bit by Blake Hensley.
Well, you look at Town Delta, the last 4 laps, Keith Hackney has been quicker in that 69 machine. That shows you why he's pulled away as we come to we're on lap number 110. We're also the start finish line, 110 in the bucks on lap number 111. Look back, there's Scott Fritz, there's Matt Grenier. Grenier closed up in a hurry. Grenier in that 11th spot, and right behind him is the 18 of Michael Robinson. Alex Penn in that 30th spot, up 11 positions. How about Brad Gibbhart up 12? Sean Kostritza up 9, currently running a 4th. And Keith Hackney, your race leader, up 16 spots in the lead right now. Leading the way here to Bluegrass Xfinity Series live at Darlington. Kyle Mays enters back down pit road. Jordan Slater in pit road.
Looking right now, 47 laps remaining here in this race. There is going to be one more pit stop for these guys. Which call do they make? Do they come down sooner when they know that they can make it to the end of the race from that point, or do they run to the end of their fuel length? Do they split it in half? A lot of different options here for these drivers at this stage of the race, with Hackney, Shutters, Lancaster, Kostritza, Hensley still your top 5. Most of these guys are single filed out. A lot of them have spread out. More drivers getting up into the wall, coming off of turn number 2 right there. That sent, I believe that was the one of Scott Fritz down to the inside. Make a pass on, actually I have no idea. I believe that was 30 of Alex Penn.
Good racing going on here mid-pack. There's Matt Grenier now to the inside of Alex Penn. He does take over that spot. Matt Grenier now in the top 10. Penn falls back to the 11th spot. Michael Robinson right there at 11th. Todd Mays in the 42. And there's Greg Carr in 14th, but Tony Iverson a lap down in 16th, right behind Todd Mays in that 42 machine. Greg Carr, Team Birdie, right there in the 25. In that 14th position, up 4 spots. There's Radburn Shutters continues to run in second there as the 17 of Adam Lancaster. Sean Kostritza has actually closed in on the 33 of James Silvers, who's multiple laps down due to an incident between him and the 74 of Arison. Blake Kinsley with a top 5 run right now as 115 laps are in the books. 43 to go.
Yep. 43 laps remaining, as Steve just mentioned. Hackney continuing to prove me wrong out here as he is continuing to pull away from Radburn Shutters. Every time I think I might have something figured out on asphalt, Steve, these guys prove me wrong.
Well, the 69 way out front. There's the 3 of Radburn Shutters, Adam Lancaster, and Sean Kostritza right there. There's top 4. There is Blake Hensley a little further back. There's Arison starting to close the gap. There you got Brad Gebhart battling with Justin Ray. Ray to the inside of the 44 of Brad Gebhart. Give it to Ray. Ray will take over 7th. Here comes Matt Grenier. In the 15, now looks to the inside of Gebhart as they come out of the turn, down the straightaway. As Keith Hackney is in turn number 3 there. Coming out of turn number 4, we're going to complete 118 laps on 119. Here with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series.
Laps just continuing to wind down as Steve runs to take care of his dogs. Laps just continue to wind down out here. Hackney continues. Actually, Radburn Shutters closed the gap considerably that last time around as Hackney tries to work his way around the lap traffic. Iverson, the 72, having some connection problems right there. You see him way down to the inside of the apron to give everybody some room in at number 72 machine. Just continuing to have connection problems. Next car for Hackney to put a lap down is going to be the 25 of Greg Carr. Carr in that 14th spot. Rolling through turns 3 and 4 out of turn number 4. These 2 in front of Hackney are battling for position. This is helping Radburn Shutters. Shutters has brought it down to under a second. Carr's going to move out of the way, though, and allow Hackney to get by him. Now he's in front of Radburn Shutters. Shutters going to have to try to find a way by him. Carr is actually radioing to Radburn right now. He's going to let him go by. Hackney had to dive all the way down to the middle of the track to go by the 77 of Tyler Evans, I believe that was. And that lead, look at it right there. Radburn Shutters has closed it down to about a half a second between him and the 69.
Well, here you go. Right there, you see it. The gap shrunk. There is Lancaster, though. Lancaster didn't really gain much off of that. And there is Sean Kostritza. So now it's really spaced out between 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. There's Matt Grenier getting past Justin Ray. Matt Grenier now in that 7th position. Justin Ray in 8th. 9th is Michael Robinson. And Scott Fritz rounds out your top 10. You got to wonder, is Radburn Shutters going to short pit it or come in and run by a lap earlier? They had Keith Hackney. Now, that really helped them that last set of pit stops. As we take a look at the pit strategy on the board, they went 35 laps. So within the next 10 laps, they should be making pit stops, BJ.
It's definitely got to be something in the back of their mind when they're going to be coming down pit road. They still have that option to short pit and try to make up some ground before cars ahead pit or to pit later. It's options still there, Steve. Which one if you were out on the track, which one would you take?
I don't know. The quickest.
I think that all depends on who you are. Off turn number 4 at the stripe. Shutter still gaining a little by a little on Keith Hackney. That time back was 32.19 for Hackney, 31.7 for Shutters, right about 4/10 almost faster for Shutters at last time by. This time it almost looks like Hackney might be the one rolling quicker this time around.
Hackney way out front. There is Shutters. Adam Lancaster right there in that third position. He's around Jim Alt. There's Sean Kostritza and Blake Hensley. As we're on a lap 126. $126 in the books on lap number 127 now. Alpha 158. There is the 3 of Radbird Shutters. Adam Lancaster right there at third. There's Sean Kostritza at fourth. Fifth is Blake Hensley. Jason Ayers is still running in sixth position. Matt Grenier in seventh. Michael Robinson, Scott Fritz, Alex Penn. Hopefully these pit stops will bunch them all back up. We'll have a good race to the finish. Here at Darlington, you're watching the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube. On the Facebook side, make sure you hit that like and follow button. Share out the broadcast. You're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Keith Hackney in the 69 has led the majority of the second half of the race. Radbird Shutters led the majority of the first half. Lancaster with a couple wins on the season, number 17. There's Blake Hensley, so pit stops have begun. There's Gephardt coming in. Scott Fritz is down pit road, along with Alex Penn. Radbird Shutters now coming down pit road in that number 3 machine. So is Adam Lancaster. And Sean Kostritza. Blake Hensley and Jason Harrison all coming down pit road. Meanwhile, here's Keith Hackney now. He's going to make his way down pit road. He's going to have to get on the look underneath of the 42 of Mays.
This definitely can be a frightening way to come down pit road. He does safely make it by Mays. Into his pit stall, but right now, Matt Grenier looking to take over the race lead. Remind he's coming down pit road with Michael Robinson. Greg Carve not yet heard the 25 call out his pit stop yet. See him right there. If he doesn't come down this time, he'll be the one taking over the race lead. You see 3 of Radburn Shutters currently scored in that 6th spot, making his way back on track. Adam Lancaster scored in that 5th spot, making his way on track. And Greg Carr does take over the proverbial race lead. See, he makes his way down the front, through turns 1 and 2 right now. He does call out his pit stop. He'll be coming down this time. Keith Hackney on his way out of pit road, currently still ahead of Adam Lancaster and Radburn Shutters, but they are coming quickly.
So Keith Hackney will resume the lead once Greg Carr makes a pit stop. There's Adam Lancaster. Radbird Shutters had a little trouble at his pit stop, cost him some time there. But there is your race leader, Keith Hackney, coming out turn number 4. There's Lancaster down in 3, now in turn number 4 coming out of it. 131 laps in the books here. Hackney, your race leader. Adam Lancaster, Radbird shutters. Ray Carl pit road down. Sean Kostritza moves that 4th spot. Blake Hensley in 5th now, into 31. Then you have Matt Grenier in 6th. Scott Fritz, Alex Penn, Michael Robinson, and Brad Gebhart rounds out your top 10 here at Darlington. 26 laps to go for Keith Hackney as he goes into turn number 1. Hackney coming out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. There's Adam Lancaster to 17th, and there's Radbird Shutters. So your top 3 pretty spread out. Actually, your top 4 spread out. A little further back is the 31 of Blake Hensley. There's Matt Grenier. There's Scott Fritz in the 0-1. He started in 7th tonight, currently running in 7th. In that 0-1 of the Bejeweled Sea Speed Shop, there's Alex Penn up 12 spots in the 8th position. Michael Robinson right there in 9th. And there's Brad Gebhart. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney continues to dominate the second half of this race.
He's got 3.5 second lead over Adam Lancaster's. Still up 16 spots. Started this race at 16th. Had to come through. Caution really played into his favor to allow him to get the race lead and keep it through the caution. Went down pit road, got his pit stop. Sat nice and safe in that race lead from the timing of that caution, and he's never looked back since. Adam Lancaster currently in that 2nd spot. He is closing the gap just a little bit, about half a second quicker that last time by. Radburn Shutters in 3rd. You see him right there in that number 3 machine. He's right about 4 seconds back from Adam Lancaster in 17.
Hackney continues to lead at a 69. As he just got around the 55 of Kyle Bays. There's Lancaster. Watching Jason Collins message me. So, anyway, and I'm starting to lose my voice now. So there is Keith Hackney in the 69. Your race leader as we're riding on board with him. Coming to the line, coming to 21 laps to go. There is Lancaster and there is Shutters, that 3rd spot. Shutters fixed some damage on the last pit stop, cost him some valuable time. Sean Kostritza in the 4th there. And there's Blake Hensley now coming into the picture. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney, we look at the time delta here. He was quicker this last lap, but the last 4 laps prior to that, Lancaster was quicker.
Lancaster has been closing that gap down. It was 4 seconds. Now it's down to 2.2 seconds between those drivers who right there on the screen for just a moment there. Just how much faster. As Steve was just talking about as well, man. He's absolutely flying in that number 17 machine with just 20 laps to go, trying to reel in that number 69.
Blake Hensley had some good runs this season. Got a little bump in the rump in the 31. Earlier in the race, there's Matt Grenier. That car looking really good. Alex Penn with some damage on that vehicle. Meanwhile, Keith Hackney. I don't know why you telling BJ you're on air with me. You're quiet.
I'm trying to fix my software. It just booted me out.
Keith Hackney leading to 18 laps to go. Adam Lancaster in second. Radbird Shutters in third. You know, Jason Collins said he might have to race so they can make it interesting again. You know, I want to finish the race. I don't want to be under caution for 16 years.
17 laps remaining. We're right on board now with the 46 of Sean Kostritzer riding in that fourth spot right now. You know, he's sitting in good position. Your ideal position to ride right now on this week and next week is inside the top 8 to try to make sure you get yourself locked in to the round of 8 this week and next week being the round of 16. Get yourself locked in that round of 8, and then you can start worrying about trying to make your way inside of that top 4 for the following races.
Why? How'd you win that championship, Jason? Did you bring out the caution all night long, where they just like said they quit and gave up and went down pit road? Giving Jason Collins a hard time here, but Keith Hackney leading the way with 15 laps to go. Thank you, Charlene. I hope I feel better too, but yes, my throat is on fire. You would think BJ would be caring enough to talk, but he's not. He'd rather be quiet, and then it's silence, and then we're awkward up here in the booth, and I feel obligated to speak. So, 14 laps to go. Keith Hackney leading the way with Adam Lancaster and Radbird Shutters rounding out your top 3 here.
And then it's going to be Kostritzer and Hensley running your top 5. Gridner, Penn, Robinson, Fritz, Gebhardt, your top 10. Harrison, Ray, and Mays, your 13 drivers still on the lead a lap. 14th on backs is Carr, Ott, Silvers, Evans, Mays, Iverson, all 1 or more laps down. And looks like Jordan Slater, the only car to call it a night early here so far. As Adam Lancaster, see him on screen, still trying to track down the 69. You see right there. Not terribly far a difference between those two drivers. Probably about 3 seconds. Don't look like that far when you're looking at them on track. It's about half straightaway, a little over half straightaway between those two drivers. As Hackney still leading here with 12 laps remaining in this race now. Probably our closest battle on track. I'd say it's probably going to be between the 18 of Michael Robinson and the 30 of Alex Penn for 7th. And they're right about a second apart.
Yeah, at least I'm going to have to make my way after this race directly to Walmart to get me some. The honey lemon cough drops. It does sound pretty good. As Keith Hackney with 11 laps to go here at Darlington.
Just 11 laps, as Steve just mentioned. Hackney back out to nearly a 4-second lead. He is just absolutely walking away with this one here. You got Radburn Shutters now back up to the back bumper of Adam Lancaster. That's for that second spot. Shutters looking for the window of opportunity to make a pass on the Lancaster here. Possibly before some lap traffic help. Not right there it is. Lancaster's going to take a look to the inside. Now side by side coming off turn number 4. Radburn Shutters will take over that second spot over Adam Lancaster. Will look to try to track down his teammate of Keith Hackney, who's now out the 4.5-second lead over these two. Like, if anybody's got the speed to do it, it's going to be that number 3 machine of Radburn Shutters, but
he ain't gonna have time.
See it happening, no.
Unless the caution happens, then then he might. But right now, Hackney way out front. Shutters in second. Lancaster in third. Theirs is the 77 of Tyler Evans a lap down. You got Sean Kostritzer right there in fourth. There is Blake Hensley. And how about Matt Grenier? Close it up on Blake Hensley in that number 15 machine. That's for 5th and 6th. And then you have the 18 of Michael Robinson. Alex Penn right there in the 30, currently running 8. Scott Fritz, Brad Gephardt still rounds out your top 10. Then you got Jason Arison, who ran up front earlier tonight in that 74. And Justin Ray, Todd Bates, Greg Carr, and Jim Alt rounds out your top 15 here. 7 laps to go for Keith Hackney in the Next Level Racing Quarterstone Motorsports machine. Shutters in second there, and his teammate riding in that function junction number 3. Adam Lancaster in third. So that's your top 3 here tonight at Darlington, as we have 7 laps to go. There's Kostritza. He's just gotten around the 25 of Greg Carr, who's a lap down.
And out of the top 5, the closest 2 drivers together, it is still the second and third drivers of Shutters and Lancaster, with over a second separating them. You got Hackney 4 seconds ahead of Shutters. That gap is closing, but I don't think it's closing fast enough. Adam Lancaster almost 2 seconds back now from Radburn. Shutters, Sean Kostritza, not almost 9 seconds back from Adam Lancaster, and Blake Hensley 5 seconds back from Sean Kostritza. So everybody spread way out throughout this field. Just watching Hackney now work his way through lap traffic. He has put on an absolute clinic from the stage, or just before the stage break, I do believe, was on here. Caution just perfectly timed. The whole field, except for the top 7, had pitted. Hackney pitted on lap number 9, drove his way back forward, and managed to take the race lead from the pit cycles. Had 9 laps longer that he could run on his fuel and tires. Caution comes out. Everybody from 8th place on back was mired a lap down, and the ones in 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th were the drivers that were running the top 4 prior to the pit cycle. Watching right now, Keith Hackney still trying to work his way around. I believe that's 74, Jason Arison. Arison not really giving a lot of leeway to Hackney there to get by him. This is allowing Radburn Shutters to close up on time, but with just 3 laps remaining, with Hackney going down the back straight, about 2.5 laps remaining, there's still not enough time for Radburn Shutters to make that pass. Now off turn number 4 for Keith Hackney. 2 laps remaining for Keith Hackney. 2 laps, 8 turns. This is all but said and done for Keith Hackney unless we get a caution.
Well, right now you see the 38 right there in the screen. That is Justin Ray in the 10th. But look at Hackney. He backs off of Arison there a little bit as they head into turn number 3. Radburn Shutters there. Patch it up to Brad Gephardt. Keith Hackney coming to the white flag. 1 more to go for Keith Hackney in that 69 machine. Made a little contact with the outside wall. There is Radburn Shutters. Not going to make it here tonight, as Keith Hackney leads him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Some black cars ahead of him. He's going to look to the inside of Jason Arison. Into turn number 3. Here he is. He clears Arison out of turn number 4. Picking up the first win of the playoff season. Give it to Keith Hackney in a 69. Radburn Shutters in second. How about Lancaster in third? Sean Kostritza in fourth. Good run for him. And Matt Grenier will round out your top 5 here tonight with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live at Darlington. Good job for the top 5 here tonight.
Win number 3 on the season for Keith Hackney. Now it's going to lock him into the round of 8. Now he can sit back and relax next week as we head to the Roval. Celebrations underway. We'll get your results here in just a moment.
All right. right, coming up home with the win, Keith Hackney of Cornerstone Motorsports, Redbird Shutters at Cornerstone Motorsports. Elite Motorsports was Adam Lancaster in that third spot. Shark Restriction with Team Watt will come home fourth. Matt Grenier with the top 5 in the YNH Motorsports. 6th will be Blake Hensley and the Weaponized Motorsports. 7th will be Michael Robinson at Empire Motorsports. 8th will be Alex Penn in the number 30 in the Cornerstone Motorsports. Scott Fritz will round out your top 9 in the CFM Esports. And Justin Ray rounds out your top 10 with the Weaponized Motorsports.
And 11th on back will be one lap down here tonight. It's going to be Jason Harrison from JB Motorsports, Brad Gebhardt, Todd Mays from Mays Mafia, Greg Carr from Team Birdie, Jim Ott from J3 rounding out your top 15. There's going to be James Silvers from Cornerstone, Kyle Mays from Mays Racing, Tyler Evans from Cornerstone, Tony Iverson from Highside Hustlers, and Jordan Slater from the Bush League Racing.
All right, we'll be right back with these commercials. We'll be right back with post-race interviews. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. And BJ caught up with the race leader. Have a quick interview with him, Keith Hackney.
That's right. I've caught up with the man of the hour, Keith. Congratulations on your race win.
Oh man, my hands are kind of sore after that one.
You got a tough track out here. You managed to, from before the stage break, get yourself in fine position by taking the early pit stop. Everybody else pitted. You had more fuel. You had more tires. It really worked out in your favor with that caution, that well-timed caution for you. You just walked away with the race win after that.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on coming in when I did that first caution. Whenever what's his name got into Castrissa, I thought I had damage because they gave me a 4X. I was like, well, hell, I'm already back here, so just let me go ahead and top off on gas and, get my damage fixed. Well, come to find out, I didn't have no damage. So, I mean, we was great on fuel then, and just I wasn't really trying to burn my tires up. Just trying to ride as long as I could, and luckily, I mean, once we grabbed the lead, and I think it was just a couple more laps, I was actually getting ready to pit, and the caution come out. So I was like, dude, we just played this like to perfection. And, right there, when I did pit, I think there was a caution with about right before the stage. It was, I don't know, about 10, 15 laps, I guess. I don't know. Whatever it was, I was actually going to stay on my tires I had on because the car felt great. And once I pitted, I still had like 94, 95, and I wished I would have. But at the same time, we didn't have no really many cautions late in the race, so we was able just to do our thing, pretty much, and we stayed out as long as we could before our last pit, and I tried to make the best pit I could do all night. Honestly, I thought I got passed when I was on pit road. For some reason, I thought Fritz was for position, and I seen him go by. I was like, man, it's gonna be hard to chase him down, but then once we got back going, it showed I was like 3-4 seconds over Lancaster. So, I was riding there for the first part of that run. I seen him start pulling me about 2 seconds. And then once he got to like below 2 seconds, that's when I started pushing it again. So we opened the gap back up. And right there, those last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 laps, I got stuck behind Arison, I think. And, so I wasn't really trying to push it. I was just riding. I wish I could have got around him sooner, but I seen Radburn in second, and I had a pretty big enough gap that I didn't have to push it. So, all in all, it's it was time. It was due to get back here in victory lane. It's been an odd season for myself across both series. This is but this is the time when you got to show up and show out, and this is when it matters. So that's what I try to tell everybody. This is all trial and error throughout the season, just to try to learn the cars and learn everything that I need to learn. Obviously, because I don't have that much experience in these. But we here, and this is a good starting point. Just like last season in the trucks, we won first round as well at New Hampshire in the trucks. So, and obviously went on to win the championship. So hopefully that's a good sign for here too. So we'll take it. I wasn't really I didn't know what I was going to do actually in the race, because I actually just changed to triples pretty much late last night today, and I went from VR to triples. So my depth perception has been very different, and that's what messed me up in qualifying, because I hit the wall, because I haven't really turned too many laps with the triples today. So but the longer the run we had during the race there, I really got the feel for everything, and it worked out great, and just happy, man.
All right. Well, you locked yourself in to the round of 8. Go ahead. Thank sponsor. Shout outs to everybody who helped make it possible.
I got to thank Cornerstone, Weaponize, all them guys, and all our Elite Performance, NH Lens, Custom Cabinets by Keith. We got some big things going on with the paint shop. We got a new paint shop opening up, and we're going to call it a Groupie Design. So done by yours very truly here. So all that going on. Shout out to Jason for putting up with the riff draft every week for everybody, or from everybody. Shout out for y'all for doing a great broadcast for us on social media or whatnot. And I guess I only got one more thing to say here is bat.
All right. All right. Congratulations on your race win. That was Steve Hackney. Steve.
All right, Adam Lancaster coming home in second tonight. Or I lied, in third tonight. I just lied. I'm looking at one thing and talking out my butt out of the other thing. Congratulations, Adam, on your third place finish.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That was a long race. Had a lot going on. But we started out the race, and we're trying to just take it easy, and knew we had a long race, a long way to go, and got damaged from the 31 Blake Hensley again. So that's happened several times to us this year, and a lot of other guys out there. And same guy took the win away from us at North Wilkesboro earlier in the season, and watched 5 playoff points kind of fly away. So I was pretty frustrated by that, and we think there's a lot of us have been hunting for a pry bar big enough to get that kid's head out of his rear end, and we hadn't found one yet. So it's frustrating to deal with that damage, within the first 10 laps of the race. But we were able to keep some track position. I lost a little track position trying to fix the damage and stuff. At the stage there, and had to kind of regroup, and we're pushing the car harder than I wanted to try to make it, get the lap time back in the car that we had before we got the damage, and just didn't quite have enough to run with Keith and Radburn there, and probably could have fought with Radburn a little bit for a second, but we were trying to let him get on up there and see if he could battle for the win. But all in all, it's a good night, podium night, is good points night for us, so we salvaged a pretty good finish.
Well, next week is Talladega.
Yeah, we've had pretty good speed. I started to say we had good luck there, but last week at Daytona we had plenty of speed in the Xfinity and the Cup car, and had no luck. So hopefully we got the bad luck out of the way last week at Daytona, and we can make some things happen next week at Talladega. That'd be great.
Or find a big enough crowbar. Hey, it's Talladega.
Well, that would help all of us. So anybody out there that has a jumbo pry bar, please deliver it to the 31 group. Yeah, Blake Hensley could use it.
Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors, Adam.
Yeah, so we did some updating on our paint scheme, and was able to get Aiden's Journey autism awareness. Autism awareness is special to me and my family. My son has autism, and our family lives with that, and we have a Facebook page for our son Aiden. It's called Aiden's Journey, and you guys can find that at hashtag a day in the life of Aiden. And so just super proud to have that on the car. Wish we could have got a win with Aiden on the car and autism awareness. But we'll keep battling for the rest of the year for that. Lancaster Transmissions, Ghostface Brewing, Rims One, Kinder Performance Group, and Alex Huffman Designs. Obviously, thank Bluegrass and everybody for putting this league on, and thank you guys for awesome broadcasts and everything you guys do.
All right, Adam Lancaster coming home in third place tonight. BJ caught up for second place finisher.
Trying off caught up with the man behind the wheel of the 3 machine. Radburn Shutters coming home in second. Steve got me a little out of whack. He went first, third, second. I'm a little confused, but nonetheless, man, fantastic race you had. Looked like you had it in the bag, but a poorly timed caution for that number 3 team.
Yeah. I don't know. I accumulated, I think, overall 24 seconds worth of damage. Oh, excuse the foot cramp. Jesus. That 24 seconds had a lot to do with why I didn't stay at the front. I think I really done it to myself. I don't know what it was about entering 3 and middle of the corner there, but it seemed like if I didn't get the nose down just right, then there I'd go up the track and inevitably in the wall. In that last pit stop, I was coming in a little too hot and didn't get geared down quick enough and drug my right rear across the barrels. Luckily, it was just the barrels and nothing else. And I don't guess they put any stickum on them barrels today either, so that worked out really good. We had the last 12 seconds. I knew Keith had already gotten to the wall previously, just right in front of me, so I knew he had some damage, 20 or so seconds worth, and I wasn't going to be able to finish the way I wanted to, the way the car was handling, if I didn't get that 12 seconds done that last time. So we done that and just brought it up behind Lancaster eventually. It took me a while to run him down, and it was too late in the race to do anything after that. I don't know how many second place finishes that makes, but it's a bunch of them. I'll take it though.
It has been quite a few of them. There's one thing to be said about you, it's consistency. Talk about that, stick them on the barrels. I found that a lot myself, so I understand that one.
Yeah, I think that's where they keep the PJ1.
Looking into next week at Talladega, obviously you're going to be looking to get that race win and not have to concern yourself with making sure you've got enough points. Obviously, you are going to have enough points the way it stands right now. But what's your game plan strategy going into next week at Talladega to try to get yourself up or get a race win and lock yourself into that one?
My game plan is screw it for Talladega. I'm not gonna do what I did at Daytona. I'm gonna get right up there in the middle of everything, and I'm gonna make people wish that they wasn't racing around me more than likely. If we're gonna get 3 wide off the bat, and then that's what we're gonna be the rest of that race.
Love it. I love it.
I'm putting it out there next week. We're going to have fun instead of chasing for wins. Maybe it'll just fall in my lap. We'll see.
Alrighty. Well, there you have it from Radburn Shutters. Go ahead and thank your sponsors, your shout-outs. Everybody help make it possible for you to get up there and get that 3rd place finish.
Yep, we're going to thank BK Paints, W Energy, Mountain View Detailing, Aerial Pros of Western North Carolina, and Function Junction, everybody at Weaponized and Cornerstone. Beautiful old lady Lori, and you guys and Jason for putting on the show.
All right, congratulations again. That is Radburn Shutters, your 2nd place finisher. Steve?
Well, that's going to round out end our night here with the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. Tomorrow night we'll be back with the Cup Series. Same time, same place, same track. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steve McMillan with BJ Duvall. We're signing off saying good night and God bless.